Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be dabbling in some new makeup. My Florence by Mills box came in the mail, and while it is more like understated, no makeup slash like geared more for teenager type makeup, I'm kind of excited to play with it. So let's open the box. And first of all, she includes stickers in her packages. Now, like 15-year-old me would adore this. So, like, this is super cute. I feel like when I was in high school, I would have stuck these all over my planner, on my notebooks, everywhere. These are really, really cute. And I just got like one of the bundles. It came with the blush, concealer, brow gel, and the skin tint. I absolutely love all of the purple packaging. It's like this soft touch kind of a stuff, and the logo on everything is holographic. I don't know if you can see or if it just looks white to you, but anyways, all of her products are clean, cruelty-free, and vegan and dermatologist tested. First, I'm going to put a little bit of this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer around my nose area. Massage that into the areas where I have bigger pores. Oh, I forgot to mention that I already have my brows done. I used my CoverGirl brow pencil today. Now that that's all melted in, I am going to go in first with the skin tint. I got the shade F020. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It is like a squeezy tube, but it also has a pump, which is also purple. I love the fact that it has a pump. So here is the skin tint. It's not as yellow as, well, maybe it is. Okay, let's just try. I'm just going to take one pump and I'm going to swipe it up with my sponge and do one half of my face to see the coverage. Like, I'm not expecting a lot, but we're still going to see. Okay, so that's one pump on one side of my face. It definitely is really light coverage, like a tint, like it says. I think I could have gone up a shade. There was two with neutral undertones. There was fair and there was light. I picked up fair because winter's coming and I'm going to be getting more pale. But I think this one's a little bit more yellow and the other one was kind of more beigey. So I think that one would have worked better. While I was like blending it out with my sponge, I was noticing it didn't want to blend out super well, and it was more of a face cream type consistency. So on the other side of my face, I think I'm going to try to massage it in just with my hands. Go back in with my sponge just to really press it in. Okay, I'm gonna take, why am I dropping everything? I'm gonna take like half a pump on the sponge and run it down my neck a little bit because the shade is nice. It's just the undertone is slightly off. So, okay, I know that this is a skin tint, and it looks like a skin tint. It just evened out my skin tone very nicely. I do like the way it looks, but I just want to see if it'll go even more toward a light to medium coverage. So I'm going to add one pump to my sponge and just do one more light layer all over my face. Oh, I do really like it better blending it out with a sponge. I did notice that like with other foundations, I can kind of just like blend it out really quickly all over my face and it will melt really quickly into my skin. But this, since it is more of like a skin cream type consistency, it works better if you kind of do slow like pressing, not just like quick blending. Gonna just take the residue and blend it down on my neck. There it is, blended out on my entire face. Definitely is a tad too yellow. I should have gone with the shade Light, but what can you do? I really, really like the effect that it's giving on my skin. I look really nice and glowy and healthy. It's pretty. One thing that I am noticing is not wanting to blend on my nose. It's just kind of sitting on my nose. Well, we'll just ignore my nose because it's finicky anyways, and we'll just get moving right along. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to put some primer on my eyelids real quick. I'm going to use my Milani eyeshadow primer. I got my eye primer done, and I just really put a light wash of the shade Bubbly from the Milani Gilded Noir palette on. And then I'm going to take this little crease brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Entitled. And I'm going to very lightly run this in my crease. I want to keep it pretty light today on the eye makeup since the complexion is more natural. And then I'm going to take a little precision brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Lust down here very lightly. And I'm going to just define this outer corner even more. And then I'm going to take, oh my gosh, I keep dropping everything today. Then I'm going to take this same blending brush, and I'm going to blend that all together. Does anybody else have a palette where it has like good days and bad days, where one day it's like beautiful, the shadows blend gorgeously, and then other days it's like super patchy and it's not doing anything for you? I'm having the latter of those two today with this. It's not my favorite, but you know, I just kind of felt like reaching for it today, so I'm blending the residue closer to my inner corner to create some depth. And then I'm going to add a Super Shock shadow. This is the shade Semi-Sweet from the Mint Chip collection with Halo Top. I know I said I was going to go light today, and to me this is light, so this is an everyday look for me. I wear Super Shock shadows on an everyday basis, so I haven't worn this green one all over my lid like this. This is gorgeous. Ooh, I am getting so inspired to do Halloween looks right now. I have to make sure to write them down so I don't forget. Okay, I'm going to take that same brush, and I'm going to buff out that Super Shock shadow. Okay, now I know this might wipe off some of my foundation, but I'm going to take a makeup wipe. Normally I'm not so sloppy, but today, you know, I'm going to press very lightly, just so I can try to get some of that glitter off. There's still like a ton of glitter underneath this eye, but you know what? It is what it is, so we're just gonna leave it. And now that this has more had a chance to like melt into my skin, it has kind of melted more and is more of a close match to my neck. This is the See You Never concealer, and this is the shade FL025, again with the cute little purple cap. And this, I was so excited when I saw this, has a metal applicator, and there's supposed to be caffeine in here. Yeah, on all my stuff it says caffeine to help with puffiness, and the cool tip is supposed to help with puffiness. The directions say on the box says using the metal tip, apply directly to skin, use fingertips to blend and add more for extra coverage. I should have read the directions for the skin tip. Let's see what it says. Blend 1 to 2 pumps onto skin with fingertips. Yeah, I did that on this side. Yeah, this side, and I ended up just using a sponge. It's probably personal preference. I'll do with my fingers on the concealer. Oh, that feels heavenly. Okay, let's try to use my fingers. I probably added too much. I'm gonna use my sponge. I got too much. I gotta soak some of this up. It's blended out a little bit nicer whenever I use my sponge. I think it's just because I put too much on in one go because I'm used to like regular concealer. So it's not the fullest coverage concealer, but I mean, I wasn't going into this expecting it to be, because it's supposed to be like no makeup, like enhancing your natural beauty kind of makeup. But I'm going to add just a smidgen more like on the inner portion of my eye, because I need a little bit more help there. And this time I'm going to try to do it with my finger. Okay, yeah, it blended out easier whenever I put less on. So the key with blending this stuff out is less is more. I'm going to do a little bit right here Let's see if this helps my nose situation a little bit. The concealer helps my nose a little bit. I'm having kind of a hard time figuring out, I'm going to have to play with this stuff more because I'm having a really hard time because it's like cross between makeup and skincare, and whenever I try to just like rub it in and like blend it in, it's like not wanting to. It's wanting to act more like a cream and just kind of be massaged and like naturally soak into the skin, whereas blending out seamlessly like a foundation like this NYX Born to Glow one or the Healthy foundation. So something to bear in mind if you have been intrigued by this brand like I was. Next thing I'm going to try is the Cheek Me Later Cream Blush. I got the shade Real Ray. Online it looks different. It's really cute, clear packaging, although the pictures that I saw on the Florence Instagram, it looked like it was like a really bulky, like nice container. Okay, so here anyway, it has a little bit of sweat beads on it. There's nothing wrong with the product that I can see. There's not holes, it's just sweat beads because my beauty room is kind of warm. So there is the color Real Ray. It's much, much, much more purpley in person than it was on the website. On the website, it looked like this really, like a deepened rosy shade. So that's why I picked this one. So I'm just gonna rub my fingers, dab my finger into it. That might be too much. Let's read the directions first. It says, finger paint, just press, pat, and tap to blend. Improvise and put a little on those luscious lips. So I guess we'll try it on my lips too. So I'll just use one finger per cheek, I guess. It did blend out really sheer, so I wouldn't be scared of like a darker color. If you want to pick it up, I'm going to go in with a dab more on my sponge this time. I really don't know. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I was so excited, you guys. I'm going to take a little bit more on my sponge. You can't see it because my sponge is almost the same color as the blush, but it's on there. And I'm going to pop it on my nose like always. And a little bit more on my chin. You guys, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go into bronzer now. I'm going to use this Revolution Triple Baked Bronzer. This is in the shade Summer of Love. And I'm going to take this ColourPop F13 brush. And I'm just going to I paint it kind of like Bob Ross. Like, and I'm just going to kind of very lightly, I don't want to go over on the bronzer because this is more of a natural makeup line. I guess you could glam it up. I've definitely glammed up skin tints before when I've been like not in the mood for heavy foundations. I'm going to press a little bit over the blush just to warm it up more. If you can see the glitters on my cheeks and it's distracting you, I'm sorry because it is distracting me, but what can you do? As you can see, I used hardly any of it, so I think this would last a long time. I guess I'm going to put a little highlighter on. I'm going to use my Maleficent highlighter from ColourPop. Okay, so I chose this highlighter because it's got little glitters in it, so it might like camouflage some of the glitter from my eye fallout. Okay, let's look at the face real quick. I think the longer it's on my face, the better it's getting. So kind of like a face cream. It's like melting into the skin. I'm going to kind of pat everything together. Okay, it's like melted into my skin and I'm liking it better. When I first put it on and like blended it out, it was like a hot mess. But now that everything's kind of melted together, I see that the blush wasn't picking up the skin tint. It is a little bit sitting on my skin a little bit. I think you do need to use your fingers because like I'm patting it in right now and it's melting in better. So I think you do need to use you do need the warmth of your hands. Okay, yeah, this is very hands-on makeup. It melted in so much better when I started to pat it in with my hands. It's definitely not a sponge or a brush type of thing. I mean, you could definitely initially apply it with a brush or sponge just to like get it on there and evenly distributed. But it needs worked with your hands and the warmth from your fingers. It needs it. Like face cream. It's like face cream. I'm going to take this little brush And I'm going to dip into Entitled right there. And I'm just going to run it underneath ever so slightly. I think the green Super Shock definitely elevated this a little bit higher than an everyday, more than like a pink shimmer or a champagne, but I kind of like it. I have a line from the skin tint and it's bugging me, so I'm going to wipe my lips off right now. What's next? Mascara. I'm going to pop on some mascara. Okay, my mascara is on. Definitely helped with the look. Got a little bit of mascara here, so I'm going to try to dust that off. I think I'm going to go into the shade Don't Ask right here. And I'm going to pop that as an inner corner highlight. Real quick. Kind of blend it into that green a smidge. Does anybody else have different like everyday looks? Like I would consider this an everyday look. I would consider just mascara an everyday look. I would consider almost everything is everyday. Some of it is a little bit extra everyday, if that makes sense. The brow gel. I cannot forget the brow gel. So this is the shade Brown. I got the shade Brown. How to use. Comb the gel through your brows, going with the hair pattern to create a sleek look or against it to fluff it up. Tint and Tame Brow Gel. Again, with the cute purpley packaging. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, I have to scrape some of it off, and it's definitely a warm brown. It does not match at all. It's kind of watery, the formula. It's not matching my eyebrows at all. Can you tell? Nothing gel. Nothing gel. It's... Don't look. Oh my gosh. Okay, combing through just straight and then fluffing seems to be working a little bit better with this. I was really looking forward to the tiny spoolie, to getting every single one of my hairs, but it's the wrong color. This is like a super warm brown. This is auburn. This isn't brown. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. I have to wipe this off. This is bad. This is so bad. Can you see? Let me get close. Sorry if this is shaking. Do you see this? Compared to this one's a little better. But do you see how it's not my brow color? I have a friend with naturally red hair, and I will give this to her to see if it matches her or if she's even interested in having it, because it doesn't match me and I don't think I like it. Darn it! It is way too warm for me, and it's all over. It's like smudgy. My eyebrows don't look good today, so I don't like this. I really wanted to like it, and I don't like it, and I'm really upset. Does anybody else get over emotional when they spend money on makeup that turns out they don't like it? Because I am right now. I am. So I think that's all except for my lips. So I'm going to go back into the blush, since it says you can put it on your lips, and I'm going to put it on my lips. On my finger. Okay, I think I'm going to go into my Buxom lip gloss, and this is in the shade Dolly. It's a little baby tester. I have gotten all of the things lined up in front of me, and I'm going to go through a rundown really quick. I'm not going to do a wear test because it's already 4:20 in the afternoon, so not doing that. The skin tint, I do think whenever it like melted more into my skin, the further along I got in my makeup process, the more I started to like it, because it was like warming up and melting and adjusting. And I do think it matches my neck pretty well, despite it looking super yellow. I'm going to continue to play with this. I'm not mad at it. It's pretty nice. I like the glow that it gave me. The overall glow on my face is because of this. I put hardly any highlighter on. I think I like barely tapped and applied just right here. Okay, the See You Never concealer. Again, this isn't something that I'm mad at. It's definitely more of a light coverage, but it did add just a touch more when I added the second layer. Again, this is a no makeup brand, so if that's you and you really like that, you might want to check into this. The blush, it looks scary, but like as you can see, it's not that scary. It's pretty nice. I built it up a little bit on my lips because I like my lips to have like color. So these 3 makeup items, I like them. They're very much what the brand is going for. I get the no makeup or yourself but better makeup, like naturally you, beautiful you kind of makeup. Like, I cannot talk today, but you guys know what I'm saying. Brow gel. It's supposed to be brown, not auburn. It's red. It's very, very red. It's a very warm brown, leaning auburn. It's like borderline. There's so much product on this spoolie that whenever you put it on, it's just like glumps it on. You can even see right here where it glumped it on in the inner corner part of my brow. Plus, brown is not brown. It's more red brown, like auburny brown. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now because I'm pretty sure I've gotten my point across. Okay, thank you guys so much for sitting through this mess of a video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload. And yes, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah! A little bit more towards a full...
Very beautiful. Love it.
Yummy, yummy. Thank you guys so much. That was at the worst possible moment.